Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, this PC actually over Christmas break I got this from my uncle, and this PC is actually pretty cool. So it is missing a lot of things, including like half of the components, but what it's not missing is actually, if I pull the side panel off, boom. Alright, we got the side panel off, and right here, this motherboard is actually pretty sweet. It's a ASRock Fatality X99, so this is a really high-end motherboard that's actually not too old. So basically, for the components left in this PC, we have a EVGA Supernova 650 G2, our ASRock Fatality X99 motherboard, and then on the ASRock Fatality X99 motherboard, we have a Core i7 Extreme Edition. Don't know what model is that. Say 6850K, so really high end and actually not too old. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do here is, because I have no idea if any of this stuff works, because it's missing half the components, I'm going to pull everything that I would want to keep out of here, and then just kind of set it down on my test area and see if it all boots. Alright, don't have a PWM fan laying around. No, that sounds really weird, and I probably should, but I actually don't. So, plug the PC in, set the fan down right here, cooler's on, power supply's live, and power. Okay, the fan at least does not light up. So, got our error code readout right down here. Seeing code 53, just pulled on the graphics card. But we do appear to be stuck on my code 53, sadly. Let that spin for another 5 seconds, and let's look up what the ASRock codes mean. Alright, new error code. I just moved the RAM into that slot, and we're seeing code D7 now, which I looked it up, and that basically means that it wants a keyboard and a mouse. So we got my keyboard and mouse to plug in. Just a quick question, why do these motherboards even, like, need this stuff plugged in? Like, I know on, like, especially pre-builts have this a ton. Like, some of them make sense, like how my, Aorus X370 Gaming K5 won't boot without a CPU fan plugged in. But then you have ones like this where it just won't boot without a keyboard and mouse plugged in, is what people were saying on a random forum I was on. But, let's hit our power button. Lights up. Alright, we're seeing code 99, and I think after 99 it does boot. And don't know if you'll see this, but American Megatrend's X99 Professional Gaming i7 UEFI defaults have been loaded. So now let's see. I wonder if that first RAM slot, if it doesn't work, or if it just would not detect or if I just somehow didn't get that RAM stick installed. Shut the board down. Put our RAM stick into whoops. I flipped the orientation of the slots for some reason. Boom, we got that in there. Booting it up. We're seeing code 53. So I'm guessing this actually just got thrown out because it has a bad RAM slot. So now let's see, is it a bad slot or a bad channel? So it looks like we do have a bad RAM channel. There's one thing we can try though, which is going to be reinstalling our CPU. So pull off our huge Thermaltate cooler. And unlatch the CPU. Now we want to pull out our CPU very carefully and look at the bottom of it. You can see this looks clean and nothing to worry about in the socket. So carefully put this back in and oh wait, I did actually latch them in the wrong order last time. I don't think the order you latch it in makes a big difference, but who knows? There is always a chance. I've had a bad mount before, might have had a bad mount again. We're booting in, yeah, code 53 again. Don't know, the codes don't really show up very good on camera, but that is definitely a code 53. So the last thing that we could actually try, this is a dual BIOS board. So this switch right here does switch what BIOS we're on. Let's pop it over to BIOS 2 and see if that'll boot. We're now on BIOS 2. You can tell because the light right here goes on to BIOS 2, but still we're getting the code 53. And hangs there. So I guess the last thing to see is, do we have let's just check all our other RAM slots so I can know how many are dead, because depending on how many RAM slots are dead, this will either be my gaming PC. This will either go into my PC or it'll be a test board. So you can see, this is what the error readout should be doing. If it's booting right, it should be going through all different things, and then it'll go into 99, and then we will boot. So it's like no sort of fast boot working on this board right now, but come on, were we hanging on 99? I've never seen it hang on 99 before, but would not be a first. Oh, you appear to have hanged on code 99, so you know what that calls for? Another reboot, and let's just put this on our error readout. So it goes 999C64, then back to 9C. Then on 99, it just kicked out power to my mouse. And I guess let's look up what a code 99 is. Alright, it's actually booting now. The issue in this thing, so slots 1 and 3 still don't work, or 2 and 4 will work. The issue was that the graphics card actually wasn't fully in. When you have it set down on the table, the I/O plate of the graphics card, like the little 2 bumps on the bottom, make the graphics card slightly push out of the slot. So it did just slightly come disconnected, but now it does boot. If we reset it, it goes through all the codes as you'd expect. And then it's 99. And we see a boot. It's really hard to see, but there's just a little boot code that you can see on the motherboard. I'm just gonna prop up that part of the GPU, this board with a, put like a little flash drive under there so our GPU stays in, and then we can pop into our BIOS menu. So F2 to run setup, and 6850K at 3.8 gigahertz, recognizing 4 gig of RAM. Alright, so this PC actually did end up pretty much working. So I did do a bit more testing, and the motherboard does appear to fully work except for those 2 DIMM slots. So this was a very good score to get for free. After a bit of research, I did find these 6th gen X99 Core i7s do have some issues with failing memory controllers, which means there's a chance that like another channel could go out, which so that kind of puts it at, I'm not going to sell the CPU and motherboard, which is fine because I was looking to get an upgraded test system, and this will work great for that. So other than that, I mean, this will be my new test PC along with a few other components, but this is kind of the process I go through when I get something that I don't know if it's working to test if it works. I would go through a slightly different process. If I was told something wasn't working, I would probably go through right away and make sure that the power supply is not going to blow anything up. But if it's untested like this, I was pretty sure that this power supply wouldn't blow up or anything, especially because it is a good quality one. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video or it helped you, please hit that like and subscribe button. And I guess with that out of the way, I'll see you in the next video.